Now let's look over at the bond market. Now, we talked about the bond market earlier in the show and how the bond market looks to us like it's about to punish the Fed. Their indiscretions. So let's just, you can see the harmonic families in here. So this is a dominant cycle that we call it. This is made up of 3 small cycles, which we have marked off for you here to see. Beautiful clarity in those 3 cycles. This gets a little bit harder because it's squashed, right? So I just want to look in this area right here, and you could see the same thing in these cycles, in the next one, the minor cycle, the minor cycle, the minor cycle. And look what happened. It rallied, hit resistance, came down and broke. Momentum negative in here, sell signal right over here, right at that point, and then collapse, whack. And so now what we're looking for over the next few weeks is that continued downward movement in here, some attempted rally out over here, and then this cycle right over here is already in this downward configuration because of this breakdown. That says the bond market's got tons of trouble. Now, when I look at the timing right over here, let me just highlight that for you to see, that points to a low out into mid-October. The weekly or intermediate patterns point to the same thing. This breakdown that we see early is typical of what happens in a setup that says that the intermediate patterns are in a steep decline. Momentum negative in all time frames now. And that's the sum of the evidence that we're looking for downside movements. Our target right now is, we're trading at 174.25 on the 30-year. Our short-term target is 173.10 with a very likelihood it's going to fall to about just below 171, about 170.30 is that target. So very, very weak that we're looking at here. Some of the evidence, all negative momentum, all intermediate phases now pointing down, and a really negative situation that we see in the bond market. If it picks up its head and gets a rally, it's likely to fail. And we think some of the best trades are coming in here on the short side in the 30-year.